Good day, everybody. It's going to be an interesting show today. Apparently, no one else was able to join, and I was a little too early on the jump making the link for the live. So apparently, it's just going to be me today, and we'll see if anybody else can join. But not looking like it, so just going to be me. So we shall see. So you're going to be at the mercy of uh, my own knowledge and my poor internet. So yeah, we'll kind of see, and might be a quicker, shorter show, maybe like half hour or so. So yeah, we'll see. So as usual, we got Mr. Michael Baker showing up first, 10:36, and then followed by Mr. Dan Delatorre at 8:22 his time, 11:23 our time. So yeah, Baker beat you to the punch. Mr. Chef, good to see you. So yeah, it's not looking like a big week for me personally. I know there's some new series kind of popping out that are kind of look interesting, but with my own poll list and the stuff that I'm reading, it's kind of getting to be overwhelming, and so I'm really trying to trim down what I'm actually reading, and then some mini series I just might kind of let run its course, and then read them all at once rather than trying to you know remember what's going on weekly, plus on top of 8, 9, 10 other books. So yeah, we'll start with Animal Pound. I didn't get into it just yet. I do know that there was some early um, buzz around it. I do believe it's written by Tom King, which isn't always um, bad Arthur, but currently at the time, like there's just so many stories about animals and stuff like that. With Animal Castle and Stray Dogs and now Feral and stuff like that. It's just kind of getting a little bit much that I'm just kind of not into it, and especially like they're always that like kind of weird horror type of vibe. So like if like I don't want to see animals dying and stuff like that. So yeah, probably not for me currently. So yeah, I might see how it is in a trade with only 4 issues. So yeah, gonna pass on it for now. Um, Grim Pen and Ink. This was a really good series right out the gate. I actually just read issue number 15, which is the final issue in the third story arc, and they are continuing on. So I'm not sure when they're coming back, but yeah, it's still been pretty good for the most part. It's kind of getting like a little stale. It's kind of slowing down action wise, but the story is good overall. Um, but yeah, with these pen and inks, I do believe it's just like the a reprint of the black and white in black and white form. So you got the regular cover, the spot UV cover, and a blank. Lotus Land. Uh, did not even start that. Don't no clue what it's about, but still going on for another three issues, I suppose. And then yeah, like we were saying, Man's Best Friend, another one about animals and stuff like that. Let's see what it says about it. It's by Pornsak Pinshot. He wrote The Good Asian, I think last year or 2 years ago, which was a good read. A little long, but still a good read overall. This one's homeward bound on an alien planet. So yeah, Man's Best Friend follows 3 emotional support pets living on the Starship Horizon, a spacecraft searching for a new planet to house a humanity compromised by bad decisions and corporate corruption. So um, yeah, the Ashcan edition, probably like the first 12 pages or so. So, for $2.99 might be something to check out. And then obviously they're going to go to the ongoing, which I probably imagine will be 5 or 6 issues. So there's that. And then yeah, Met Cadets is ending on its second volume. I still haven't read the first, and I still have not read the or not watched the Netflix show, which I was really looking forward to. But yeah, I just ran out of time, so it'll be added to the list eventually. Yeah, I don't know where dude is. But he was just I was just saying to him, I probably should have asked the guys beforehand if they were free, but I guess he's probably not. But it's the weekend, so all is forgiven. And it's actually like a nice day out here in Ontario compared to the last few days. So maybe he's getting outdoors and stuff like that compared to the minus 20 degrees we've had before. Yes, Baker, I am solo, and working does suck. I'm actually on nights this weekend, so yeah, I do the 7 to 7s overnight. So kind of rest and relax a little bit there, come home and kind of take a quick nap and just kind of get my day going, just to kind of keep myself awake and not sleep my day away. Mr. Kenneth Boyd, Mr. Ryan Riley, good to see you. Thanks for thanks for coming by, guys. DC. Let's see. Batman 144. This is actually it's actually picked up a little bit. I do believe it's still been being written by Chip Zdarsky, and they're doing kind of like the what they're calling the Joker Year One, so akin to the Batman Year One. Has been bad. Yeah, I'm not really sure where Chip is going with it. Like we're going, it seems like we're going like back in time, and then to I guess it's probably going to give him a little bit of time to flush out what he's doing with his overall story with Batman. But yeah, the first chapter was not bad as a nice little jumping on point if you kind of fell off with the fail safe and Zerana type of stuff. So yeah, not bad. Um, of course, got to pick up the Raza variant. Batman 89 Echoes, number 2 of 6. The second volume, of course, and it hasn't been bad. I really like the first one as kind of a standalone, just to kind of see, the world that could have been had they continued on with Burton's kind of universe and stuff like that. Batman Offworld number 4. I haven't even started it. I know there was a lot of hype around it because it was written by Jason Aaron as his first ongoing DC work, and then I think he's picking up on either I think it's Action Comics pretty soon. But yeah, from the covers that I've seen so far, it looks pretty cool. So I think it's just kind of going to be its own standalone story. So I'm not really in the mood to read it just yet. So I'll kind of probably let it finish before I pick it up or read it online. Yeah, unfortunately, this one isn't finished yet, but the cover does look pretty cool. It looks like a futuristic kind of Hawkman or Hawkwoman type of character fighting along a armored up Batman. Yes, Baker. I don't know if you watched the full Show Me Your Halls video from Thursday, but yeah, she got his slab from you nice and safe. So very much big thank you on that one. Batman Superman World's Finest number 24. It is the end of the Kingdom Come storyline, and this has been really good. I mean, a lot of people say that it is one of the best reads out by DC, and it really is. I've really been liking it a lot, and you get Dan Mora who's doing the covers and the interiors. So, I mean that in alone in itself is worth the price for sure. So yeah, last issue of this. Um, in the Dave Wilkins cover with the Earth 22 or whatever it is. Batman, Superman. And then Brave and the Bold. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is kind of the that anthology type of series. I haven't been reading a whole lot. They just kind of there was a story by Kyle Starks who did the Peacemaker tries hard. So I was reading the backup story that he was doing there, which hasn't been um, half bad, surprisingly, for a character that I have no clue who he even is. Um, but I think the best cover is probably this one. I think it's Matina with Artemis on it. So yeah, the cover in itself is pretty good for $8 if you can stomach that. Catwoman. I haven't been reading Catwoman. I've been kind of reading like a few sporadic issues that from um the whatever their last event was, like their gang war type of storyline. So yeah, pretty much cover buys. The Nakayama is still doing the A covers. Um, the Mariko Takara, not bad. Kind of looking like a vintage kind of Julie Newmar type of one. Catwoman. In Hyuk Lee, which I've been really liking his old school kind of Catwoman suit on these, so they've been pretty good. And then the George Fornes, he's been doing kind of a like a vintage pulp style kind of cover series. So I think this is like the fifth or sixth that he's done. So not bad if you want to make a nice little set of those type of covers. Fables. Um, see, you got to do it up then. Fables. Honestly, I have read zero issues of this. I know that it was coming up. It came up in the news kind of fairly recently. I guess the IP is now public domain, so from here on out, anybody can take over their own kind of storyline to it. So I don't know if that's why DC kind of ended it, or if it was coming to its natural conclusion. But yeah, Fables 162. There it is. Um, Green Lantern 87. Um, this is before my time, so I'm not sure what the key issue is, which is usually what they do. The full facsimile reprint also features Green Arrow in What Can One Man Do and a Green Lantern classic reprint of Earth First Green Lantern. So, yeah, I guess the first appearance of Guy Gardner, perhaps, or John Stewart. Oh, yeah, John Stewart in his first ever comic book appearance. So, yeah, there you go. So, yeah, the facsimile, of course, a foil, and then just the blank. Ooh, Baker. I don't know. I cats are weird. They're very much their own creature, very independent. So yeah, I'm more of a dog person myself. I do not own one. I want one so badly, and I think I'd go with a little Frenchie, just something easy to maintain. But yeah, with my schedule and stuff like that, it doesn't leave a whole lot of time. So unfortunately, I'm making the smarter decision to just not get one. So I just love the ones that are in my life. That's about it. Um, Green Lantern War Journal. This has actually been a pretty good story. I think they're building up towards some big event, Green Lantern related. Um, but yeah, for what it's worth, been a good read so far. Um, as someone who's never really read Green Lantern or known like the whole mythology of the lanterns themselves. So it's a nice little easy jumping on point. And then yeah, the Raza. Like this would be perfect for, like a nice like remark or like a sketch or something like that. But yeah, nice and simple and really clean. It would really fit nicely with his Wonder Woman that he did like a month or two ago. So fits nicely with that aesthetic. Yes, exactly. I have a few friends who they picked up the pandemic pet and they've given it up after 2 years, which is, really unfortunate. But yeah, you love them until you can't love them, and that's the unfortunate part that some people do. Um, there's also for the Green Lantern the Nicholas Draper Ivy for the Black History Month cover, and then there's a Suicide Squad Kill Arkham game art, and I think I'm not sure. No, I don't think it comes with a bonus for the game or anything like that. I think that's the actual Suicide Squad um, series that they're doing. Uh, Jay Garrick the Flash. Honestly, not. I like the character of the Flash, but I never really read anything involving him, so I couldn't tell you what's going on. I'm sure someone like Sheik, if he was here, could tell you. And then yeah, there's another Black History Month one. John Constantine. Uh, no clue about it. I don't even think number one's out, to be quite honest. But um, not bad of a cover. It looks very like EM Gist. If you're a fan of John Constantine, there you go. Ubik. Justice League versus Godzilla #4, the second print. I still haven't read on the series. I know Sheik was saying that he's having a lot of fun reading it. To me, it's just kind of a silly series that I'll probably just wait for the whole thing to be done and then give it a read after that. And then you have #5 of #6, the Jock cover. Well, that's not bad. With all the popularity that Godzilla's got and stuff like that now, not a bad cover to add. Um, what else? Justice Society of America. Another one I'm not really reading. I know Sheik is really liking this. And I'm not sure who's doing this cover, but I know that they were doing kind of one very similar to in this style as well with the spotlight of some characters. So yeah, it's a nice cover grab with Wonder Woman and Black Canary and Liberty Bell. Not bad. Well, thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I couldn't let you guys down. I was about to cancel. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, let's just go with it and let's just see what happens. And if anybody jumps on, they jump on, and if not, well, I'll just kind of ramble on the random stuff that I'm reading. um, Nightwing, yeah, Nightwing's been like fantastic. I got on with the Tom Taylor when he started writing, and it's been really good. Like your nice, very basic, self-contained type of story. There's not a whole bunch of Batman crossing over, so yeah, good Tom Taylor storyline. Great artwork by Bruno Redondo, and the covers are just always fantastic as well. The Dan Mora, Serge Acuna, and we got to finish off with the what is one? The Nick Robles sweater weather cover, even though he's not wearing a sweater at all. But hey, Superman. This has been really good. I This is another series I kind of picked up just whenever they were doing the new volume. So it's written by Joshua Williamson, art by Jamal Campbell, and you know what? They've been a really great team. Superman, he has such a long history in the world. It kind of gets overwhelming, but it's been a nice read. It gave you the very basic characters like Lex Luthor and like Zod and Brainiac. So for a newer reader, it's not too overwhelming. So yeah, I've been really liking it so far. And of course, he's a cover lover's dream with the Libra Mayho and Crypto. Like the cover's good and the color's great, but yeah, his face is it's kind of wrinkled up. The the Warren Lau, kind of a little heavy on the digital side, but not bad. No, we need dude for the Power Rangers knowledge. You know that, Dan, and the Nova stuff as well. So we'll keep him for a little bit longer, I think. And then your last one, another sweater weather, which is more of like a Harlequin romance cover, and that's by Ariel Diaz. Not bad, not bad. And then yeah, there's the Suicide Squad, Kill Arkham game cover. Titans, yeah, this is another one written by Dan or Tom Taylor, and I think it is is it Dan Moore who's doing the interiors? But yeah, another really good series. Kind of the Titans are kind of making their presence known now that the Justice League have disbanded and they've kind of given those types of duties over the Titans. It's kind of nice to see them expanding out a little bit. And then with the Beast World storyline kind of finishing up, they'll kind of start picking up from there. Of course, your Dan Moore sweater weather. And ironically, I don't know why they call it sweater weather because literally no one has been wearing a sweater yet, but sure. Uh, and then the Black History Month with Cyborg. Wonder Woman, as a series, I have no clue what's really going on. I tried to read the first two issues and it just kind of wasn't for me. People have been loving it. It's another one by Tom King currently, but yeah, just not for me. I going to assume something big happened in number 5 if it's getting a second print. So whatever that is, maybe pick up the first the first print of it. Um, and yeah, Wonder Woman is a cover lover's dream. So the Tedesco with that very vintagey, retro-y uh, look to her. And I thought there was, damn, I thought there was like a ratio on this, but maybe not. Yeah. All right. Marvel. Let's see. ASM 44. I think the Gang War is ending on this one. Yeah. Gang War conclusion. It's been okay. It's kind of lost. It's the plot line kind of fell through. It started off pretty good, but now it's just kind of getting a little weird and silly. So we'll see how they kind of wrap it up. Uh, Covers the Black History Month with I'm not even sure who that is on the cover. He looks very New Warriors ish, so whoever that is. Peter Parker verse. I didn't know they had a Peter Parker verse, but that's interesting. The Tatum Gayadu variant. I really like this one a lot. I tried looking him up and see what else he's done. I don't think he's really done a whole lot of covers, so this might be either a first on Marvel or, an early one, but yeah, I really like this one a lot, and I don't really pick up a whole lot of Spider-Man covers. Appreciate it, Baker. See, Sheik's hiding behind the screen, but he can't show up and jump on with me. But if you're busy, Sheik, I get it. We do have lives too. Might want to consider grabbing DC Presents 26 first new Teen Titans undervalued book. Was that the one with the dark side on the cover, or was it not? I always get those two mixed up. And yeah, the Baker Shaker will. It's coming. It's coming. Avengers Twilight #1 is getting a second print, of course, because it's a Marvel book. It wasn't a bad read. It's doing that very, like 30 some years into the future type of storyline. So it's a much older Captain America, a grown up, Ms. Marvel, stuff like that, and of course, the child of such and such a legacy character. So not a bad storyline. The art I didn't entirely love. It's a little too dark for my liking because you guys know that I like very highly detailed, very colored type of artwork. But it wasn't bad for sure. Um, the one cover they seem to be running across the entire series is Lightning Bolt one. And yeah, this one to me is very, Frank Miller, Dark Knights looking. I don't know if that's on purpose or if that's just how Pacelli drew it, but yeah, it's an interesting one. Interesting did not mean good, but yeah, it is a cover. The Torrin Clark, one of my favorite new artists out there. Uh, the Blood Hunt Diaries. It's that new kind of vampire series that's coming out. So yeah, probably just like a few pages of like who the big players are. So Blade, Dracula, all that. Cable #2. I read #1. For some reason, I thought that it was um I thought it was a one shot, but I guess they're just doing like a mini or an ongoing, but it wasn't too bad. I kind of forgot how the older Cable came back into time, and now we have both um running around at the same time, and I thought that was a big no-no in on Krakoa, but I guess they can sell a book, then all the rules are off. All the bets are off. Cali Comics, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, and Kenneth, same to you. Thanks for jumping on, guys. Yeah, the Hildebrand cover. I've been really loving a lot of these styles. Just that old, trading card from the '90s kind of look to it. So yeah. Carnage, I'm kind of getting lost on what the whole plotline of Carnage is. It kind of just feels like the Web of Carnage event that they just had like a little while ago, and then now they just kind of retitled it and just kind of done the same thing over again. But um, yeah, it hasn't been too bad of a read. The Stormbreakers with I forget what his name is, but yeah, there he is. Dead X Men #2. Uh, I honestly don't even really remember if I read number 1, um, to be quite honest, or where the theme even came from. But it's written by Steve Fox, and the one thing it does have the 1 in 25 with everyone's current favorite character with Dazzler. Dan, thanks for popping by for a little bit. Have a good class and good rest of the weekend. Ooh, we got to get that movement going. There you go. Thanks for popping by, Dan. Uh, what else have we got? Ghost Rider: Final Vengeance. I'm not sure. I think this is an ongoing, or it might be a one shot. But yeah, the news has already come out that the new Ghost Rider is going to be Red Hood. You know, nice synergy to go on with the MCU. Should Ironheart ever um, actually be shown? So yeah, I think Ben Percy is still on this, who's currently writing Ghost Rider and Wolverine. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna keep on with it. I've really liked the all the stuff that he's been doing. So yeah, something to read for sure. They got a little ahead of themselves. There's the Greg Capullo, which is always fantastic to have Capullo back. So that's always a winning cover, no matter what you get, no matter which one you pick up. The Chad Harden cover. Ooh, of course, a foil by Benjamin Sue. What was another one? The Mark Texera. This is the one I kind of didn't like. It almost the flame should be going upwards, and now it just looks like he's got really long hair going on, which is kind of odd placement. But yeah, I do like that old kind of painted style look to it. And then the other one that they have, in addition to the 1 in 100 Capullo, weirdly enough, is only the Mahanini for the 1 in 25. So um, no 1 in 50, which is kind of weird. Just go from 25 to 100 and nothing in between. But yeah, probably going to be a really good read. Giant Size Fantastic Four. Geez, what would this even be? Um, Namor is in prison serving out his sentence as the disgraced king of Atlantis. So when a new ancient threat arises from the sea, who better to help? Who better to leap into the fray than Marvel's first family, the Fantastic Four? And then includes a backup of Fantastic Four number 33, a classic issue from Stan Lee and Jack Kirby featuring betrayal, action, and high drama in the Atlantean style. I don't know why they couldn't have just made a an annual or something like that, but yeah, now we got a giant size, $6.99 cover price, and that wonderful Kirby style headshot look to it. Yeah, and then there's the Ron Lim as well. Nice, Baker. Best boss ever. Thank you, Shaq. Thank you for stopping by. Ooh, very 90s. I'll have to read it. I will have to read it. Oh, that sucks. Food poisoning is the worst. Paul, good to see you. Good afternoon. Thanks for stopping by. Uh, Immortal Thor. I'm so hit and miss with this. It is written by Al Ewing, and I find I like pretty much almost every other issue that's being written, and then it's just kind of it starts off really good for like one or two issues, and then like the plot kind of falls out of it. It gets so like convoluted and so wordy about where the plot line is going, and um and now they're going in a really weird direction where like the story that we're kind of reading now, like in some weird, like enchanted way, the enchantress is like it's I don't even know how to explain it. Like we're reading a comic book and then like the enchantress and the head of rocks in a comic book, so they can use the magic to kind of change the story as they want. And then so they're going to do like some big crossover event, and then yeah, the story of Thor is going to be um like how like they're trying to like I'm going to assume kill Thor in some sort of way, and then there's going to be another Thor that they're introducing. So it's getting really weird. I'm not really sure how they're going to play it play it, but yeah, that's like the next big Thor event. And I'm sorry that was really terribly worded because I actually have no clue how to even explain it because I have no clue what's actually going on. But yeah, Thor's life is in a comic book, so we're reading a comic book of people reading a comic book. So that's what we're doing right now with Thor. And then we have the Rod Rice cover with Beta Ray Bill, everyone's favorite horse face. Yeah, that's what it kind of felt like. It was kind of going back to like their like one of their earliest adventures and stuff like that. Invincible Iron Man. This is pretty much the first time that I've really read Iron Man, and I really like it. It's been a decent storyline so far. Um, I'm liking the interaction with Emma Frost and how they are currently married and stuff like that. So, um, yeah, I'm not sure how long that whole storyline is gonna keep up with it, but it's been pretty good just to kind of get just Iron Man and all the stuff that he's involved with. Kind of without the other Avengers and stuff like that. Miles Morales 17. This has actually been really good. I keep on saying how surprised I am that Ziegler, who wrote the first Spider Punk series, actually wrote this because it's been really good. Um, as a Miles story. It seems that they're changing the interior artist. I think it was I forget what his name was. Like Federico Vincentini was doing it. So maybe he's either taking a small break or maybe he's kind of coming off of it. But yeah, always a good read whenever this issue comes out. And then you get a great Mahanini with Rabble, which she's actually been a very good character. I thought she was going to be one of those very um, kind of throwaway characters, but she's still in the series, as you can tell, obviously. And yeah, she's getting a nice flushing out for her history and what she's all about and stuff like that. So might be nice when the action kind of dies down. We kind of maybe even get to see a little bit of her backstory because with the gang war stuff going on, it's very all action and stuff like that. So yeah, so maybe once that kind of ends, we'll get to see that part of it. Uh, Marvel Superhero Secret Wars #3, the facsimile. This is what the first meeting of Titania and She-Hulk, which, as you guys kind of remember, popped off for about 10 minutes, and then everybody watched the She-Hulk show and then kind of fell off of it. So, yeah, and honestly, like it's not a bad way to kind of pick up the series. Of course, everyone's waiting for number 8 to come out, and I'm sure retailers are as well to do all their exclusives and stuff like that. So yeah, to pick it up was a nice, cheap way to read the entire event. Not bad. Team Unity, good afternoon. Paul, I don't read any Spider-Man books as of now, but I'm glad the stories are improving from what I hear. You know what? In all honesty, as a newer reader from the 2019, I just kind of the older Spider-Man run was kind of going on. So I'm like, you know what? Like, I don't want to start all the way from number one because at that point, I think they had been into like 70 or something. That's why I got into it when with the Beyond storyline. So about 80 in the late 80s to the end of it, and now with this new run, and it's been okay. The JRJR artwork really kills it for me, but the storyline has been it's been okay as a Spider-Man story, but yeah, of course, you know, everyone loves that Ultimate Spider-Man number one, so that's been good. And the stuff that Dan Slott's been writing, whether it be Spider Boy or Superior Spider-Man, not bad as well. What else did we have? Original X-Men number one, the second print, obviously with the homage to Uncanny number one. Um, not It was a one shot, which was kind of disappointing. I thought it'd be um, at least a 5 issue mini with the earliest adventures of the original team, but it was kind of just like an annual story, just to kind of a new way to kill off Jean Grey and reintroduce the Phoenix, and toss in another Wolverine storyline, stuff like that. But yeah, not bad. Um, Power Pack. I tried to read number one, and yeah, it's just kind of felt all over the place. Stuff like that. I guess you have to have at least some knowledge, and I have none of it. So yeah, I kind of gave up on it. I did read the last series that came out. I think 2 or 3 years ago. I guess that they put out to kind of keep the property or the trademark name, but yeah, this was not for me. Um, it, it's a little too convoluted, which was weird because it's a story about kids. You think it'd be an easy read, but it was not. Punisher. The oops. This actually hasn't been bad with the the new character wearing um branding the name of the Punisher. Uh, yeah, not bad. I'm sure we're going to eventually see Frank make a return, probably very soon. Um, and yeah, the classic, very '90s Punisher look by Dan Jurgens. Let's see if it has it. Ooh, yeah, in the 125 Scon variant. Uh, Resurrection of Magneto. The first issue was actually really good. It focuses a lot on the Magneto and Storm kind of relationship that they have going on Krakoa. Um, Spoiler: Magneto was dead again, and so one of the things that he and Storm did was give up their place in Resurrection because they wanted to just prove themselves as kind of Omega level mutants who aren't scared of death type of thing, very prideful and stuff like that. But it was really good. The end of it kind of got like a little confusing of what they're doing with stuff like the Beyonders and stuff like that, but it wasn't too bad. And yeah, this cover, I'm not really sure what's going on with this. I'm assuming that's some sort of Spider-Man character, but why that's on a Magneto and Storm book, I have no clue. Well, thanks for popping in, Paul, and enjoy the rest of your shift and rest of the weekend if we don't hear from you. Star Wars. All right, this is where I wish Space was popping in because yeah, we're just gonna pretty much look at covers. Um, yes, Thrawn couldn't tell you what's going on. For me, it'd pretty much be all cover picks, like the Raza one. That is pretty good. Oh, thank God, there's only the three. Good. White Widow. This it hasn't been a terrible read, but it also hasn't been a good read at the same time. You can very much tell that they're trying to take um, that Florence Pugh type of very heavy Russian accented Yelena and just try to put that into the comic. I'm not sure if that's actually how she was ever written um, when she was introduced and when she was in the Thunderbolts and stuff like that. But yeah, you can kind of tell it's a very they're trying to make her more of a comedic type of character. So it hasn't been bad. I'm assuming it's going to end at number 5. So I've been reading it so far, but yeah, I've just been reading it. I haven't been enjoying it. Let's say that. Um, Wolverine. This was actually really good. I didn't get a chance to read. I think number 42 or 43, and which came out like 2 weeks ago, up until the other day, and it's really good. And they are not joking. It is a very uh, bloody storyline. Um, but it's been good. You know, your classical Sabretooth and Wolverine type of storyline. But yeah, it's good. And also written by Benjamin Percy. So it is uh, it is really good and really action packed. Salvador LaRocca variant. And I thought there was a ratio on this one. Yeah, the Declan Shelby, 1 in 25. Not bad, but I wish you could kind of see his face a little more. But yeah, having Sage and Domino, who are part of X Force, you'd think that would be an X Force cover, but no. And then the yearly anthology of Women of Marvel series. Marvel did put out a little bit of information on this. I kind of skimmed past it quickly, so I didn't really read if there was anything about a new character or anything like that. But for what it's worth, you get a nice Carmen Canero main cover. Got Jackpot, Psylocke, Ms. Marvel, Captain Marvel, Storm, Scarlet Witch, and Medusa. So it is nice that they're kind of bringing Inhumans back. Everyone kind of wrote them off after the flop of the TV show, but you kind of see Inhumans popping up a little bit more, and the mentioning of the type of the species, I suppose, if you want to call them that. So maybe they will get a series to kind of put them back on the map. That's right, Baker. Equal rights. um, this is my favorite, the Zoo or Zoo of Storm. That very nice, like painted watercolor style. And then, of course, for that Marvel MCU synergy, there is one of Echo. And then the last one is the one with America Chavez. And surprisingly, there's no ratios. They usually do at least one, but there you go, all cover price. Dynamite. It's Dynamite. What else can we say? But yeah, they dropped a lot of these ones by Tony Fleece that are all signed for Army of Darkness. So if you're a fan of either the series or Tony Fleece, not a bad way to grab these up for cheap. I think I'd probably go with the original movie poster one. And then, yeah, the Arthur Sidon one. Number 5. Yeah, and we're on number 5, and I don't know if it goes past that, if they usually do only 5 issues in a miniseries, but, um, yeah, that's where they're at. Of course, another Elvira type of series meets H.P. Lovecraft. Got a little Cthulhu action on there, being the pervert that he is. And then that old, pulp style or whatever you wanna call it. And yeah, so for the Elvira ones, there's that, photo cover, which might be nice for the Elvira fans. She does have a long, fandom, and then if you're a big fan, then you can also get the I do believe this one was signed, giving it that $100 price tag onto it. And then James Bond, I don't know why they're reprinting number 1, but apparently they are. And then, yeah, I found this weird that for a Dynamite book, it only has 1 cover, nothing else. No B, no C, no XYZ, and stuff like that. So, James Bond number 2. And then, yeah, Vampirella, Dracula, Rage number 5. Now your classic covers like that. And then the others. A Haunted Girl. I honestly didn't even know this was even coming out. The only thing that really caught my eye was being a cover by E.M. Gist, who's quickly becoming one of my favorite artists out there. So yeah, definitely eye catching. American Psycho, number 405. A's B's, your movie still. And then for the collectors out there who managed to get score number 1 ratio, your bloody business card to go with it. Never say never. Every time I hear Immortal Thor, I think people are going to say Immortal Biggie Shaq. Yeah, that's a crossover that we need. Bone Orchard Tenement, number 9 of 10. This has actually been pretty good. It is getting kind of confusing on what I'm following along with it, out of like what the whole premise is, but they're so infrequent with the release of it. It probably does read better as a trade paperback, and I think it's by Jeff Lemire. So yeah, he does really great whole pieces rather than just small issues. So I might have to give it a read again whenever they finish it, which might be like next year apparently. Borealis, I think I read part of number 1 and it just wasn't really digging it for me. Uh, Baker, I know you're gonna love these ones, and I hate to tell you, I still have not started GI Joe, Transformers, or Cobra Commander or Duke, but I have read Void Rivals all the way up to the end of this arc, so I might have to give the rest of the Energon universe a read. But I'm hearing good things about it at least, so that's good. And I forget which one's written by. I think it's this one, is it not? By Joshua Williamson. Yeah. Yes, he is writing Cobra Commander. So yeah, Joshua Williamson. He's really good at giving you that very simplistic intro to characters and universes without any prior knowledge. So yeah, might have to give it a go. And then your C cover. And then number 205. Yeah, banging covers at least. I did like this one. I'm going to assume it's kind of probably the take on what is it? Apocalypse Now, that type of movie poster. But there's that, and I think there's two ratios, two or three ratios. The 1 in 10, which kind of looks like a connecting. Could be. And then yeah, the 1 in 25 with that very nice background style like they would on the back of the action figures. Ooh, actually there's a 1 in 50 as well by Nicholas Dragota. Not bad. And let's see. Is there one in 100? No. So yeah, number two goes up to 1 in 50 for all the completionists out there. And then everybody's favorite, I heard it's the hottest book of the entire week, even if you haven't even read it before, is Crashdown #2, written by Comic Tom and Fire Guy Ryan. In all honesty, I had no real interest in it to begin with. I'm more of a digital reader, and I know a lot of these massive and whatnot books don't make it online. So yeah, I didn't want to spend the money onto it. But yeah, now I am kind of curious to see what the actual storyline is. If Key Collector is going to make it their pick of the week. So yeah, there's at least those four covers. No, five. I thought they usually do an homage, but I guess not. They probably blew it all on number one. Next one. Destiny NY. I have no clue what that is. I think this is like the third or fourth series that I've seen by them, so I guess it's a ongoing type of universe or character verse. Eden Frost. Did not read that one as well. Firepower is unfortunately coming to an end at number 30 now that Robert Kirkman, I guess, got a better deal with the Energon universe. And this, I am quite disappointed. This had a lot of potential, and you can kind of tell, I guess, in the last year or two, where they were probably hammering out all the details for him to take over Transformers and stuff like that, is when he kind of dropped the ball because this last arc with the probably from 27 onwards, you can kind of tell that he's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna wrap this up as fast as I can because the action they were really building up towards prior to that was very, you know, done. The big battle was, done like 4 pages later type of thing, which is really disappointing. So how they're gonna finish up the series, I'm not too sure, but I'm also kind of disappointed that there's only the two covers, the main one and then the Cliff Chang one, which it's not bad. Frank Miller's Ronin. I did not read it. Probably because he's doing the interiors, and Frank Miller is barely a cover artist, let alone an interior artist. Ghost on the Water. I didn't even know number one was out, so couldn't tell you what's going on there. G.I. Joe number 304. Who's continuing on? Larry Hama's continuing on from the IDW. That's not bad. And so they kept him on there. Black and white. And ooh, there is a 1 in 10. That is sweet. Let's see. Is there another one? Nope. Sorry, Baker. Getting too ahead of ourselves. Godzilla, a best of. I used to like the idea when they were doing the TMNT ones, and now they're kind of really just they're doing it for everyone, it seems. I am not even going to pretend like I know how to pronounce this or whatever is going on. That first word, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Golgotha, Motor Mountain. That's a very interesting placement for a mouth. Oh. Joined superstar artist Robbie Rodriguez and dynamic writing duo of Matthew Ehrman and Lori Nagler on a high-octane redneck mortar massacre. Hmm, sure. I see the word neo-Nazis. What else? Redneck redneck body horror nightmare. Meth lab. Okay, interesting. What else do we got? Greylock number 2. None too sure what that is. Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. Um, yeah, number 1 had a big start. I can't believe we're at number 6 already because I don't remember 2 through 5, but yeah, here we are. And this was a show that they were bringing to Disney Plus. I don't know if it's already on Disney Plus or if it's um, coming to, as in like we're just waiting the 2024 release date or whatever it is. But yeah, second volume of this. Might have to read the first one and kind of see, or maybe I'll have to watch the animated show and maybe see if it picks up my interest. Helen of Windhorn. Don't know what that is. Obviously, a new series as a number 1. Holy Roller. Dude talks about this book. It is quite the surprisingly good read. It written by Andy Samberg from SNL and Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Rick Remender, and it is actually a pretty good series. Um, I'm going to assume it's going to go for maybe 6 or 7 issues, but um, currently I've actually been really enjoying it. I was very critical of it with issue number 1. I thought it was going to be really stupid. I mean, it is kind of stupid, but yeah, it's been pretty good. It's been picking up. Invasive. I'm not. I don't think that I've read this so far, but number 3, Jaguar One Shot by Archie Comics. I don't know if this is a new character or an old character. She looks very much like the Vixen from DC in a sense. John Carpenter's Toxic Commando: Rise of Sludge God. I have no clue what that is, but number 1 is coming out. Not much else. Quested season 2, number 2. Let's of course go to the one that everybody cares about, which is the video game homage, which I'm going to assume is a Zelda something or other homage for the Nintendo Wii, and then whatever that is. Rick and Morty Finals Week, Sherlock Holmes number 1. Damn, like Rick and Morty puts out a lot of series. Savage Dragon number 268. For whoever's reading that. Six Fingers. All right. And then Baker, it is time. Respond. 350, if you can imagine it. Yeah, that fantastic Puppeteer Lee. See, Baker, you ask and you shall receive. Yeah, the Puppeteer Lee cover. Fantastic artist. I kind of first caught his attention when he was doing covers for, I think it was Dark Knight's Death Metal or something like that. And they were all exclusive. So I'm like, oh, I'm not spending, $30 or whatever to pick those up. So, to get a nice cover price book, not bad. And of course, there's plenty to pick from. Being Spawn 350, Farland, the Ryan Stegman. That's not bad. What other ones have we got? The Brett Booth. He's stepping in as the interior artist as well. And the Galpian. I like that with the 350 written down there. And the cover F, McFarlane, just the black and white. And let's see. Is there anything else? No. Wow, kind of surprised that there's no ratios. Yes, you did. Yeah, I think the Puppeteer Lee is my favorite, and then probably the black and white McFarlane, and then probably the Galpian after that. And then yes, as Baker had mentioned, so the word going around, well, not word going around, it is true. For Spawn 350, for shops that order 25 copies of any combination of all the open order titles, will receive a signed copy, one per store, of a signed book by Todd. So, maybe it's a little incentive for shops to order up to 25 copies, and then maybe if you got a good relationship with your retailer to try and scoop it up. I'm sure it's not going to be cheap, but for the Spawn fans out there, it's definitely something that they will want to grab up for sure. And I'm going to assume, being signed, that they might include the Koa like they did for the King Spawn #1 and Gunslinger and all that. So maybe that limited time offer, you can send it into CGC and get the yellow label instead of a green. But yeah, so this is the cover that they're doing. So that'll just be signed by Todd. Exclusive retailer thank you cover variant. Record breaking 350. So yeah, kind of maybe something to mention to your LCS owner if they're kind of maybe playing coy and just kind of trying to keep it for themselves or something like that. But maybe just kind of nudge them and let them know that see if you can get your hands on it maybe. The Agent by Ablaze, have not been reading it, but I do like a lot of stuff that Ablaze puts out for sure. And then The Fog by Massive, like the movie. Covered by Christian Rosado, best known for his work on Dark Horse's Skull and Bones. Oh yeah. 40 years after the events of The Fog from 1980, this comic series tells a supernatural horror story that reconnects several surviving characters and their descendants from John Carpenter's original story. That's pretty cool if you're a fan of The Fog. And I'm going to assume that one of these is probably an homage to the original poster, perhaps. The Prism. I started reading it and got kind of a little too wordy for me and conceptualized for me, so I kind of gave up on it. But they are doing pretty cool homages to it. TMNT Saturday Mornings 2023 number 11. Whoever who's picking that up, probably Hyper. And then Walking Dead, whoever's still picking that up, the full color edition, number 83. And then Working Class Wizards and Worlds Away number 1 and 2. And I think that's it, guys. That is it. Yeah. So yeah, that was it. A quick little well, sorry, I thought it was gonna be quick, and I still talked for an hour and almost an hour and a half by myself. But thanks for popping by there, guys. I'm going to assume we're going to have a show on Monday. I can't confirm that. I'm not going to go ahead and jump the gun without confirming with everybody. I could probably do an FOC show by myself, but I probably can't do a whole previously on show by myself. That's a little of a daunting task, but yeah, most likely going to be doing the previously on show. This will be our off week from doing the hauls. So catch the show that we just did on Thursday on the rewind if you want to see some stuff. We had a full crew showing off some stuff. So good to see everybody. We never really get together like that in those numbers, so that was good to have them. And then probably going to be back with FOC. So maybe perhaps we'll even see the other guys. But for now, thanks so much, guys. Yeah, that was it for me. Have a great rest of your day and the rest of your weekend. And yes, we will have to finish the cock. We keep on saying it. We're going to do it. I do believe. I'll have to ask Face on that one. Well, where we even are, I don't even know if we're in the semifinals or in the finals, but the cock will be finished. Until then, thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.